Hello and welcome to day 3 of the Men's Health Awareness Challenge. Today we're going to talk about exercise, as this is fundamental to our health and well-being overall. Cancer can be prevented through exercise. So in the first instance, we need to be aware that 38% of cancers are preventable, and one of these ways is through doing a bit more. So doing a bit more activity, so moving around a little bit more than we normally would. Secondly, it can help us if we are having cancer treatment, because exercise has shown in the research to reduce the side effects that people experience and can actually help them not just physically but mentally as well. And finally, post-treatment, exercise is fantastic to boost your morale, make you feel better and bring your muscles back up to the level of strength that they were prior to your treatment. So we'll look at all of this now. But there's different ways that you can do this. You might be at the start of this journey where you are struggling to get back to a certain level of fitness. And really this has to be done in very small steps. Small steps and gradual changes, setting yourself small goals will make a huge amount of difference in the long run. So be kind to yourself, set yourself a goal, maybe over the course of a week or a couple of weeks, and see the improvements that it makes. You can do this in a number of ways, and it might just be initially moving around a little bit more. So it might just be when you go to the shops, parking a little bit further away from the supermarket door. So that is, it seems small, but just adding stuff into your routine, your daily routine, you will just be moving a little bit more than normal. It could be just walking down to your neighbour's house or pottering around in the garden just to bring your strength back up again. Don't expect after your treatment that you are going to be at the same stage as you were prior to your treatment. It will have affected you physically, will affect you potentially mentally as well. So take your time, and as I say, just be kind to yourself. Another thing that you can do is to encourage your friends and family to join you within your exercise routines. And this has so many benefits. It can improve things in terms of communication, because people talk more when they're exercising and walking together. So it also encourages you to get outside so that you can meet somewhere else. But it also encourages you to actually stick to it and actually do it. So if you meet other people, you're moving more, and your mind will be taken off of it because you'll be interacting with other people. And that's helping you, but it's also going to be helping your friends and family at the same time. So all of these things are really important. If you finished your treatment and you're still suffering from fatigue, which is a side effect that some people can get, which can be in the short term but also in the long term, there is a simple strategy that you can use to gradually improve the amount of fitness that you have and reduce the fatigue that you're experiencing. So this is called the 4 Ps, and the first P of the 4 Ps is about planning. So take some time to look at the activities you're doing on a daily basis and maybe on a weekly basis, and plan in when you're going to be able to do those. Look at how much energy they take up and alter what you're doing on a daily basis if you think you're going to be doing too much. The second thing is to pace it. So if you're feeling that you're actually noticing that in your diary that day that you have 2 things that are actually going to take up quite a lot of energy, then maybe either cancel one and push it backwards, or have a gap in the day so that you're having a break to have a rest, to catch up, to build up some more energy for your second activity. The third P is to prioritise. Prioritisation is really important. So looking at what really does need doing today and what could maybe wait till later in the week. So prioritise your activities. And fourthly is about positioning. So we can reduce the amount of energy expenditure that we use by resting more. So as we're going through our day, that we are resting more between activities. It might be that we need to perch and rest as we're walking between rooms, or it may be that whilst we're doing an activity of daily living, so that could be washing and dressing or eating, that we sit down to do that. So they're really useful tips for improving and managing your fatigue, so you actually achieve more and you actually get more done, so you feel better about yourself. So again, it has the physical and the mental benefits that you need to experience to encourage you to continue with this. The general guidelines for exercise are 150 minutes of moderate exercise per week, or 75 minutes of vigorous activity per week. Now that is meant to be for good health, but when you've just finished treatment, this may be something that has to be a long-term goal for you, and it might not be that you can go straight back to running marathons that you might have been doing prior to your treatment. It might be that you're back at the stage of just doing small walks. So please don't put extra pressure on yourself. Build up gradually and know that small steps will make a difference and will make you feel both physically and mentally better. We just have to be mentioned that if you do have bone metastasis, I suggest very strongly that you speak to your health professional before changing any activities or increasing your exercise regime, just to make sure you're doing the correct activities for you. So please be aware of that as well. But the challenge for today and for this week will be to look at your exercise regimes and look at where you can increase activity within your normal daily routine. I hope you found this useful, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.